nice destination at that stage. We'll see if it happens, but that's my prediction on where he ends up going here.
So there you go. Round 2, number 37. Look, this guy's a really good safety. Jalen Petrie going to the Houston Texans, and I think Houston sneakily having a decent draft, getting some solid players at good value. What do you think about Petrie?
I'm a big fan of him. I've seen some, let's say, Tyrann Mathieu comps. Not the same player, but play style, actually, it works. He plays down to what I call the overhang role at Baylor, which is like you're kind of this hybrid nickel corner, safety, linebacker, edge rusher. You're playing around the line of scrimmage, so he didn't do a ton of like man coverage reps, but he was good in that role as a safety. I think he's going to be a box guy. He was linebacker then safety despite being 5'11", 198. I'm a big fan of his. You saw it in the overall grade, 33 overall on my board. Special teams value, tested great. This is an awesome pick for the Houston Texans.
$20 super chat to get to as Jalen Petrie going to Houston. Doesn't have to travel far from Waco to Houston. Real good player. Love the positional versatility. Safety corner, can play a couple of different spots. Set him on some blitz packages as well. Now, there are chat sports to get people tuned in from all across the globe. That includes the last Dodo, or Dudu. Hopefully I pronounced that right one of the 2 times. Go Cowboys, shout out from Italy. Love the show, cheers.
Thank you, my friend.
Hey, cheers to you, my man.
We'll go rapid fire on these super chats. John Freeze. Giants cap prop is Bradbury Depp. Watch them go Petrie or Booth. Well, Petrie's gone. We'll do it 38 here. They do have cap props. I do bet that James Bradbury ends up getting Dipple here. Dwayne Jackson, will the Cowboys redeem themselves from the Smith to Buckle pick from last night? I certainly hope so on that one. Puerto Colts, Stephen Jones just said to add more offensive line. He's like a Whip, Bernard, Blake Steele. Sure, who's your center, who's your left guard, who's your right tackle, third, I'm fine from a value perspective. You got to figure out how you can manage everything there. Zane, Texans will go Malik Willis. Do you agree? This came, of course, before their pick, but no, I do not. And no TQ Pena. Shake, 2 of the Niners take it, 61 overall.
Yeah, look, Jalen Petrie is off the board. Does Jaquan Brisker last until 61? If that's the case, I like Abraham Lucas, the tackle guard combo out of Washington State. That could be a play through the 49ers target. Kings and Ennisberry out of South Carolina is another guy, that edge rusher spot through the 49ers. Certainly prioritize some of those positions. Those are some names, Noah, you can certainly keep an eye out for. I'm doing a video, the 61st overall selection, or any trades, of course. Then for the 3rd round, I will be locked basically throughout the direction of when the Niners make their picks. Another pick, I think, is in, or what?
Yeah, we're
trade. Houston Texans traded up.
Falcons have moved up.
Falcons have moved up. The Texans have moved up.
Yeah, the Giants have moved down again. The Falcons are now on the clock here at number 43 overall. They send for 114. QB, right?
Well,
gotta be QB.
Tom, I was going to ask, does it mean that the Giants might go quarterback?
They keep moving down.
I know, but no quarterback.
Exactly. Yeah. So, like, maybe there's someone they like that's not Malik Willis, and they're like, we'll keep waiting. But moving up here, I'm going to guess QB. I'm going to guess Malik Willis. You take the local kid who's from the Penn, I believe. So we'll see what happens here in a little bit. But Falcons moving up is fascinating. Chase, what's our wheel spin here?
Game time.
Game time.
Get game to play.
All right, the picks are up there rapid fire today, so we might have to. Last year we were through 3 picks. Maybe just
Sweaty block.
I'm worried about getting to game time.
Yeah, no, I worry.
Every time you see me, boy, I got the canteen.
A ranch.
Every time I fucking notice that shit.
All right, we'll need someone to get their answer, but we'll do that one. I promise. Yeah, we'll do that one. That one's easy to do, just to sneak in.
I'll send a message.
I still got a rap, by the way. Should I do it right now? Go to the rap?
Yeah. What the fuck?
His palm sweaty, knees weak, arms are heavy. The vomit on his sweat already, mom's spaghetti. He's nervous. Put on the circuit to the call, we're ready to drop bombs. But he keeps on forgetting what he wrote down. The whole crap goes so loud. He opens his mouth, but the words won't come out. He's choking now. Everybody's choking now. The clock's run out. Time's up. Old cloud, snap back to reality. There goes gravity. There goes gravity.
You guys can't rap.
Now, but he won't give up. That is he knows. He won't have it. He knows he's holding back. He's
name y'all lyrics, bro.
He knows that, but he's broke. He's so stacked, he knows when he goes back to
Foul,
the
bitch.
and that's when it's back to the lab again. You know, this whole rap, and he better go cap this moment. Hope don't pass him. You better lose yourself in the music, the moment you own it. Better never let it go. You only get one shot. Do not miss a chance to blow. This opportunity comes once in a lifetime. You better lose yourself.
Bro, shut up.
People are like, how is this
God
happening?
damn.
It's because we surpassed
White
the
boys
low
trying to
$100,
rap and shit.
$250
What the
super
fuck?
chats. We're approaching $400. So
Boy did a
we
hop
think
step
we're
at
having a
the-
lot of fun. For those of you taking it way too seriously in the comment section,
Oh
we're just having a
my
damn
God,
good time.
Green
Here
a
is our super
shot.
chat menu.
Oh
Every
my,
500
what the
that we
fuck?
get, we spin the roulette wheel.
Please.
That's why we just won it.
Oh
We
my.
got the 1,500 plus like. $5 super chat. We'll give you some screen time and get to the super chats very quickly. $10
I'm one for fucking $5, bro. Oh my God. Good still, bro.
Right. Business, you want to give a shout out to the wifey, the hubby, your YouTube channel.
God damn, man. What the hell?
Well, first, Gray Top's rap.
They glitching my shit, bro.
Really, really good.
I actually like that one more than the other one, to be honest.
Okay.
Bro, hell
Yeah,
no.
there you go.
Go all your homies. Okay.
Oh, what the fuck they did in my jump shot, bro?
Falcons, they're going to go edge rusher here.
Wasn't a QB, it was wrong.
Yeah, it was not a quarterback. Marcus Mariota, still the starter for now.
Yeah, Ronaldo Katie, who I do like, he's my number one
What
edge
is
on the
going
board, 36 overall. So you're filling a big
Oh, he pulled over his big ass nigga, bro.
In the worst possible way. Like that team did not have anything I really liked on the roster. So fill the big time need. You're getting good value.
Bruh.
And I like this pick a lot. Moving up is significant, but this is a
I think I ran out of boost. That's what that
Top 50
is.
player for me, born in Cameroon, by the way. I wanted him to go to Philadelphia, Chase. He's from the same hometown as Joel Embiid. Which would have been really cool. I think for Philadelphia to have that one there. So
Pascal Siakam as well.
my player comp here is Harold Landry. That's the
I jumped one time,
player
so
I think you're
far.
getting here. Temple transfer and then broke out in a major way this past year for Penn State. He's got the burst. He's got the bend. There's power issues. I don't know against the run as a run stopper, so it will take someone to be a full three-down player. It's
The
a strong
fuck?
pick though by Atlanta here.
And you take a look at what the Falcons have done so far up to this point. Ebikiti, Drake London at number 8. A lot of people were ripping on that pick, but honestly, as a former basketball
Bruh.
player who did play a little while for USC, jump ball wide receiver reminds me of a skinnier Mike
Yeah, you
Evans.
fucked up.
I love his toughness. And there was that foot issue. That's why he didn't run a 40-yard dash at his pro day. But what the Falcons are doing so far, they like it.
Hello.
Christian Nichols. Sorry.
What
I could get
the
a Nichols on
fuck?
for
Hold on.
insight on this channel. You guys are awesome. Go Bengals.
I don't trust
Who dat?
myself right
Thanks,
now.
Christian. Appreciate that. Jackson Hill, really good pick
Yeah,
at the back end of that first round last night. Jacob Raleigh, another 5. Should my Ravens trade up some of those 4th rounders, go up and get a wide receiver? It kind of depends
Please.
on how the board falls.
Hit a shot.
At this point.
Oh my God, bro. What the hell?
Maybe like a Sky Moore, a Danny
Goodness.
Gray. We'll see what happens out of SMU. Maybe the Ravens will
What
get
happened?
a wide receiver at some point here in the second or third.
that was pretty
round.
stupid.
$7 in Canadian currency.
Hit
There
a
was-
shot. Where's my green?
Do you see the Vikings getting their hands on Andrew Booth? Cornerback problems in Minnesota they need addressing.
Yeah.
They moved back to the 50s.
Booth is sliding, so we'll see where he ends up going. There might be some medical
There we go.
concern on that.
There we go.
Also want to quickly shout out Keaton Spratt. who
Gotta
says,
hold on to it a
"Donated."
little bit.
Just want to shout out my daughter and have her enjoy football like me. Casey Spratt. Keaton, thank you very much. And Casey, hope you learn to love football too.
Fantastic.
Stupid as fuck,
Whaley
boy.
Vlogs, a $10 piece. You think about Damian Pierce. What do you think?
Stupid as
I do
fool.
love Pierce. I know there's a hive of Pierce out there.
Oh, now
I
you
had
wanna
him
guard
as
me
a
now,
fifth
nigga?
round
Fuck
grade.
outta
He was right
here.
earlier, but bad production. Didn't love the athlete. It's not my type of guy.
So there you go. Tom breaking it down on Damian Pierce. So the Falcons pick is
Not
in.
as
We
lame.
discuss that selection. Next up, it's the Chicago Bears at 39 and the Seattle Seahawks at
Not
pick
as
number
lame.
40. We have a little bit of a role here in between picks because we're ahead of ESPN and NFL Network. Are we going to go to this selection right now? Okay. Okay, well, shout out some of your favorite squads and talk about the squads here right around the corner. But first, the pick is in for the Chicago Bears, and this is now the
That's a
first
cornerback.
selection for this new Bears regime. They go
Gosh,
Kyler
man.
Gordon cornerback out of Washington, overshadowed a little bit by Trent McDuffie, but your number 7 overall corner, which kind of figures to where he's going.
Yeah, I had Gordon on my board. Let me double check real quick. Behind Andrew Booth, he's 38 overall, so I mean, that's right there on the screen. I guess I could have looked in my board, my notes. Really good athlete. I had a Carlos Rogers athletic comp, if you remember him way back when, for the now Commanders, I guess. Jumped out of the gym in his pro day testing, didn't do anything at the combine. The 4.5 through the combine was disappointing. Then he goes 39.5-inch vert, 10.08 broad, 6.67 3-cone. He is a fantastic athlete. 1-year starter. It shows. He is a little bit on the raw side. He gets got because those eyes watch the QB.
Okay.
Just a little bit too much, but I am a big fan of Kyler Gordon, more so than I thought I was going to. Bears still need receiver help. They are building out that defense fairly significantly.
Yeah, really quickly, shout out your favorite squad in the comment section. The first one that we see, we will discuss that club among all 32 teams in the NFL. So represent your team, get that squad into the comment section. First one we see, we'll talk about. Tom, I'll count you down from 5.
Cool.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Promising it, I've got the Chargers from Christopher Toff, who we're not going to talk about them for a while because they traded away their second round pick to go get Khalil Mack.
Yes.
So interesting how that.
They prioritized offensive line last night.
I would go take a right tackle in the 3rd round.
Yeah.
I would double dip because you spent so much on the defense side.
Later last year, left tackle. Now you go right tackle this year after going green right in round 1.
Johnson.
Johnson, sorry. Zion Johnson. So they get Zion Johnson in round 1. So maybe they continue to prioritize that offensive line to protect Justin Herbert. Obviously, that is of the utmost importance for Los Angeles. They've been so close the last couple of years of sniffing playoff competition, haven't quite been able to break through. That is big, though, for Los Angeles to continue to support and build around Justin Herbert. So we'll go through some quick super chats here in rapid fire mode. On the clock right now is the Seattle Seahawks at number 40 overall. Dwayne Jackson with $5. Who should the Cowboys be targeting in the 2nd and 3rd rounds? That's your bread and butter to take it away, my guy.
Yeah, I think you're looking at receiver in particular. That's kind of the route I want to go here for that position. Edge, I think, is also in play, maybe tight end, and to double dip on the O-line as well.
So Dwayne Porter, another
Dwayne.
Cowboys question. Dwayne squared. As a Cowboy fan, how disappointed are you in the 1st round? This selection would make him better in the 2nd round. He kind of answered the back.
Yeah, I was pretty disappointed by that pick. I don't think I so I'm not going to go be blind home here in the end. I would love Nakobe Dean or Sky Moore. Both those guys are there. I don't know if they're going to get there. Jordan Pickens too, but I would love to get either of those guys in the end here.
So if you love the NFL, if you love our NFL draft coverage, you got to hit that thumbs up icon and like the video. Once we get to 2,000 likes, it's time to spin the roulette wheel once again. After you hit that thumbs up icon and like the video, myself and Tom Downey, because of the previous roulette wheel, we have to take a shot of ranch. This is
so much ranch.
This is straight up disgusting. I'm not looking forward to this, but we're not frauds and we're not stiffs, and we own up to what we have to do with the roulette wheel spins. So Tom, cheers to you.
Yeah, just throw it down there, Bob.
Throw it down the hatch, I guess, but this is going to be terrible. I mean, I'm a big ranch guy. That wasn't pleasant, but it wasn't as bad as I thought it would be.
That's fine. It's not good, but it's not like a disaster either.
Yeah, it's certainly not great.
Come on. I'm not
Tom does not need to throw up. He can also drink warm shots. Vincent Rojas, $5 super chat. I think we're going to go with the center with our 1st round pick. What you think? Go 49ers. Center at 61. I'm not sure if there are going to be a bunch of
in the game, bro.
Centers available, honestly, at 61.
I feel like Cam Jurgens.
Yeah, I like Cam Jurgens a little bit, but not all that much.
Fair.
At 61, I think you might be able to get him in the 3rd round. The Knockers do have 2 3rd-round selections. I'll be live for those 2 3rd-round picks, and then a video for 61 overall. Vincent Rojas, make sure you subscribe to the 49ers Report. It's youtube.com/49ers TV. Talk a little bit about the Seattle Seahawks. Charles Crofts to Seattle in round 1. Offensive line has been a problem for a really long time. Where do they go in round 2?
Oh, you got a ball down,
The roulette wheel.
Maybe you can spin that in the meantime. Corner, Andrew Booth, linebacker. God, if they take Nakobe Dean, this will be the rare moment of the Seahawks are doing the things that I love, which does not happen very often in the NFL draft.
But he can hit one, bro.
See them go. Nakobe Dean, I would not be mad if this was a QB either.
No, he been on me lately, bro.
Where the board is falling, you can get one.
This shit is getting worse.
46, so.
This nigga hit 2 whites. I can't even hit 1.
Alright, let's see. Already done that one.
Oops. Leftovers in there. We get the super chats flow.
15
Oh
jumping
my
jacks.
All right,
god.
Shakes, why don't you do some jumping jacks?
Okay.
And I'll go rapid fire on these super chats here so we can get caught up.
Oh
Doing
my
that. Early
God.
review of the year picks based on current picks potential. I mean, insert your favorite receiver and
I need to go to steal this bitch ass nigga.
Tyler Fireblade. Renz is the GOAT, but Tom is the rap god. I'm not a rapper, I'm an adapter. Sunday 1, Tom, who do the Browns take at 44?
Oh,
Travis
he's
Jones
going
for those
shit.
receivers. Maybe a boy Amante, David Josh. And Amsterdam Gaming. Do you see the Christian Watson pick? You got some NBA stuff in there. Leading to a trade for Debo. No, you're not going to see them trade Watson to go get Debo Samuel. That would be insane.
They gave me
That's not how it normally
this.
goes.
The Packers moved up to take
Let's go.
Exactly. Cornelius Hubbard, $5 super chat.
Give me
Thank
that.
you very much, my
Oh
friend. I
my
appreciate that one.
god.
We are still
Get a
waiting to see
shot.
I'll make no-
Oh my god.
So like just now. So
Yo.
we're still pretty far ahead on that front.
Okay.
Yo, they hoeing me.
Super chat will, of course, get that on the screen.
Oh
So we
my
can shout out.
god.
Every time we spin the roulette wheel
Oh,
right now.
I need to see what's going
Lights up.
on,
I just
bruh.
had to do 15 jumping jacks that look like a complete clown. $5 super chat, quick screen time, $10. We will talk about your squad. 30
Like,
out.
what
You can
the
advertise
fuck is
yourself.
going on?
$100 you pick a host to drink. And if you send it to $100 super chat, I'll shotgun yet another beat. Why is that? Because it gets us closer to last year's super chat total on day 2 of the 2020
Good shit.
NFL draft. So far, we
Please.
have $369.
Green, thank you.
Tom really likes the last 2 digits, don't you? 69.
Yeah, buddy.
Last year's total on the complete day 2 of the NFL draft, rounds 2 and 3, $767. I think today we can get to 1,000. We have more super chats coming in.
Oh, yeah.
Easy.
Oh, that shit was so
surpass
lucky.
That number. It's up to all
Give me
of
that.
you. Your donations help us feed our families, and we want to put food on the table. Let's pivot now to the best players available with the Seahawks still on the board. Are they mulling taking a quarterback right now?
I'll make note, by the way, the Seahawks have back-to-back picks. Their current pick is actually late.
Oh, yeah.
They did not get it on time. So the next team can make a
Let's go.
pick, which is also Seattle. So they've got 10 minutes or 14 minutes here.
So does that mean that they lose their
No.
selection?
So that they in reality, the way it works is you have to make your pick before your
Look at
clock
that.
time runs out, or the next team on the clock can make it. But because Seattle has 40 and 41, they actually get double the time to make those picks.
Okay.
So they can make them both in the 14-minute span. They can make one at 8 and one at 10 and be just fine. It's very rare for a team to run out with the clock. It has happened before. The Vikings had happened a while ago. The Chiefs jumped up, I think, in that scenario. Wild stuff goes on, but the Seahawks have back-to-back picks. They really have double the amount of time than any team because it's back-to-back.
Yeah.
Okay,
Hmm.
that makes sense.
So that's just
Appreciate
kind
you.
of the weird quirks of the NFL draft, right?
Yes.
Kind of fun.
Exactly right. And it looks as though the
Pick is in, at
Seahawks
least.
pick is in at least. So as soon as we get that name made official,
The
we will
fuck?
discuss the Seahawks selection. And of course,
Try to
Tyler
dunk it, it made me
Jones, host
pull
of
up.
Seattle Seahawks today, will be discussing that selection and all of the Seahawks picks on Seattle Seahawks today. Where do you think Seahawks could go here and Seattle could go here with back-to-back selections? Honestly, they could go edge rusher.
Yeah.
And they could go quarterback too.
Yeah, it'll work.
Yeah. I just can't envision a scenario in which they don't go quarterback.
Bruh,
at some point and
bruh.
go to the lock.
I'm releasing it too early, bruh.
Okay. They do go with an edge rusher. It's Boye Mafe, edge rusher out of Minnesota. Some first-round buzz at points and at times throughout the
For
pre-draft
real,
process.
bro.
He falls to
That shit made me
Seattle.
cry,
This is
bro.
my best available edge
On
on
the
the board.
fault, bro.
42 overall.
42.5.
Among my edges, so that makes sense to me. Really great athletic ability. He was a pass rush specialist at Minnesota. I like the player a lot. He's got the juice that you have there. He needs to get a lot better at the run. Only 13 career starts, kind of a part-time player. So pass rush specialist, and the Seahawks wanted more pass rush juice off the edge. Not they will help them as they move to a more full-time 3-4 scheme.
For a further breakdown on Boye Mafe going to the Seattle Seahawks, Tyler Jones will be breaking down the selection of the edge rusher out of Minnesota going to the Pacific Northwest. What we have to break down right now, Manscaped, the best men's grooming product, was out there on the market today. And for all of you watching, we have a special deal for all of you. 20% off and free shipping if you go to manscaped.com/chat. And all of these
Is that pickles?
right now on my hands, I have the lawnmower.
You eating a pickle, my nigga?
With the special purple emblem and colors because April is Testicular Cancer Awareness Month. Cancer
Throw the pickle away, nigga.
Because unfortunately, my mom passed away.
That nigga finna throw the whole sandwich away, nigga. No, nigga.
Who's had a significant other and family member pass away because of cancer? Manscaped certainly takes that initiative very seriously. But all of your products are awesome, Tom. The boxer briefs are phenomenal. The ultra premium package, 5 products for a grand total of $39.99. You can get 20% off and free shipping going to manscaped.com/chat. Manscaped, presenting sponsor of our NFL draft coverage.
We have a giveaway coming up as well. We're going to go on that side here as well. Deal for the giveaway is, we want you guys to head to our pinned tweet on Chat Sports.
I can't stand these niggas, bro. They're so aggravating, bro.
Reply with your favorite team. That gets you 1 entry.
Every adventure starts with a great cup.
John Worth, 3rd worst PFF pass rushing grade last year. And so even if he is...
That I seen, like, O-lineman do to him, and I'm like, yo, at some point you have to get up and slap him in the face or something.
Stop all that.
I can't believe you just allowed that to happen.
And I think that's consistency. That's all, because the potential is there. It's just he didn't always get what you were showing up for.
Yep. So Field countered this because you started.
I like him. I thought he had a really good pre-draft process. I think he's a really good athlete. I thought he had, obviously he had his best season in college his last year. So I think there's a chance that Boye Mafe is pretty good. And Seattle's always been like a toolsy, like we're going to go for the upside type of player. I'm in on Boye Mafe, I really am. And Seattle last offseason went big in trying to reshape their pass rush. They added Kerry Hyder, they added Carlos Dunlap, amongst others. They cut both of those guys. Not Kerry Hyder. Yes, Kerry Hyder. Sorry, I'm talking myself into circles here. Both of those guys were eventually cut, so they kind of are doing that again. And they've got much younger. Certainly Boye Mafe helped that.
So the Seahawks have made another
Has to be
pick.
quarterback here, right?
You guys ready to let the dogs out?
Let's let him out.
Come on. Oh, okay, let's do it. Oh, it's a satchel. And it is.
Running back.
Man, I just love, like, Kenneth Walker III.
Where is Mina? I want to see Mina's face expression.
I disagree with Todd McShay, and I will say that because Todd's not in the room, and I'm not scared to say that. Todd said, essentially, when I talked to him about him last time, that the next time Kenneth Walker III pass blocks will be the first time that he passes protects. Like, there's some questions about his pass protection. I don't give a damn. I'm just telling you, I watched a lot of Michigan State football this year with the college football work I do for ESPN. You were talking about somebody that ran his butt off and was overused and never stopped. And yeah, he went left and right a lot, but he did that because he had nothing in front of him. I think Kenneth Walker is one of the most underappreciated people in this year's draft. I think he is a star, and he is going to be a mega star in the NFL.
I was at the Michigan and Michigan State game. We were on the sidelines watching that game, and he single-handedly beat the Michigan Wolverines by himself. I love the way he makes guys miss in space, and not just in space, but in the hole. You barely have space. So if you're a running back, you can't win.
This nigga caught them over too. Nah, fine, different,
Definitely
nigga.
not for you because you can't. It's humanly impossible to get everybody blocked. But in the foxhole, he's able to make people miss. He's strong, but then when he got on the open field, he finished the runs with touchdowns. And then sometimes you see him lower than the boom. So I love this young man at the running back position. I was hoping he was still there for another team, but hey, the Seahawks got him.
And there were a couple of games where he was limping off to the sidelines, and 3 plays later, he was one leg dragging himself into the end zone.
My first reaction here is, I think Chris Carson's time to run this portion. He actually They re-signed Rashad Penny to a 1-year deal, so that's a 1-year deal. Like, I'm not going to go, like, if a guy's on a 1-year deal, that does not mean that position is filled. That's that can still be a need. Chris Carson going into the final year of his contract as well. Maybe there's something there. I'd keep my eyes on that one in Seattle. His health has been a concern, obviously. This is a reminder, though, that, like, the draft is not just about today's needs, it's about tomorrow's needs as well, and that's what this pick reminds me of.
Yeah, it's also, by the way, about personality fit. Guess what you just gave Pete Carroll? You gave him a running back that he can use like it's 1992 all over again.
Well,
all day.
Now, it is about pass protection. He's going to have to pass protect now. You can't be one-dimensional because now you're giving offensive tips to the defense. Okay, he's in the game.
Curry.
Pretty sure it's not going to be a pass play.
Come on, hit a shot, nigga.
Like Mina's every
God damn.
Every time they draft a running back, I feel like Mina sort of collapses and says another running back.
Please, let's go. Come
I
on.
don't think Drew Lock's a guy. Like I've watched a ton of Drew Lock film, and it bothers me. It really does. A lot of the frustration from their receivers, Jerry Jeudy, a young guy. KJ Hamler, Noah Fant. You see a lot of you see
got a trade
frustration in body language on the field because of the lack of Drew Lock's play and not reading things the correct way based on coverages. You will watch that film knowing the ball should go to the right side of the field, but he's looking left and trying to throw left. So I'm interested to see they can't be sold on Drew Lock, or do they have plans to get Baker Mayfield once he becomes available?
But again, this speaks to this quarterback class. Like, they're not going to pick again until the 8th pick in the 3rd round as it currently sits. And they looked to the quarterbacks available, and all of them are not named Kenny Pickett are available. And they were like, nah, we're good. Like,
I gotta stop throwing. I'm throwing a lot of shade on him today.
Well, no, but you say that like it's the problem. I think you already got an offensive game plan. It's Kenneth Walker.
Yeah.
Guess what it was at Michigan State? It was Kenneth Walker, right? We're gonna make things easy. We're gonna solve problems for Drew Lock.
Yeah. We do have a trade. Indianapolis has traded the 42nd
Vikings
pick.
are now up 42. You kind of wonder, like, what point are you like, what do they need? What's happening? What do they?
Do you know what they gave up yet, Phil?
I don't know yet. I'll find out in about 30 seconds here for you, Fitz. But you wonder what Minnesota has.
Green, give me that.
42 and 122. I do know that picks 42 and 122 are going.
Can we just acknowledge what the hell is happening over here?
He's got to keep his energy up.
No, but here's the weird thing. Like, Harry chugs honey like half my friends take down Jack Daniels, and he still has like abs on abs.
He's got a very high metabolism and very low body fat. It's cold. He's got to keep the fires burning.
Let's go, nigga.
Okay. My guy drinks like 87 Sprites a day, and
yeah.
For the game,
lost, man.
we were going at halftime.
Trash, man.
I would drink a Sprite at halftime, and immediately after the game, before post-game interviews and stuff, I would drink like 2 more Sprites.
Yeah. By the way, were you drinking Sprite last night at the club that you didn't invite me to?
Yeah, you were. I don't. You know I don't drink. I don't drink any.
Yeah, just Sprite. You were drinking Sprite.
Oh, that's all.
Okay.
Like the waitress, by the way, she thought it was
45.2. 45.3.
No, I do not want anything to drink. I just want Sprite and water.
I got nothing. Minnesota's on the clock.
Here's the picks. Minnesota trades 53, 77, and 192. The Colts have traded 42 and 122. So the Colts add a pick. The Vikings subtract 1 pick, but they have moved it to 42. So looking back on last night, the Vikings got a safety in Lucas Seam from Georgia. They stayed at 12.
Really?
A lot of people suspected they could be in the market for a corner. That remains in my estimation. Beyond that, I'm not entirely sure.
Mina Kimes, by the way, tweeting out a picture of what looks like tears. Are we fine?
It's close. It looks like agony. That looks like agony.
Looks like agony. I feel that, Mina. I feel that. Friend of the show. Mina was with us last night. Go check it out on YouTube and check out some of her great analysis there. I'm happy she's not on there to have to live this moment in person. Like, I get that. Like, I get that.
Quarterbacks, man. I just don't get it. Like,
you're not good. No, but I do have a question for you, Phil, though. Because you said earlier, like, sometimes you got to look at it and say, well, is it possible you're sitting in the room now and you're like, look, I never thought Malik Willis would be here, but we're stupid not to take him even if we didn't love him? Like, yeah. I mean, do you reach a point in the room where you're like, Screw it, let's take Malik.
There's an upside to this, and it's a player-centric upside, which is, yeah, I'm not going to get the money that I might have gotten higher up, but my expectations are going to be lower, the timetable's going to be slower, and I'm going to be able to develop my own pace and get taken by an organization that doesn't feel pressure to validate that investment or over-investment and reach that you gave me. He's going to be really good for one of them.
And you can be picked in the second round and still be one of the best quarterbacks in the entire league, Derek Carr. Oh, there we go. Just got that in. Got that in for you. The pick is in for the Vikings. We're waiting to see who it is. We will tell you as soon as we know. It is coming across the board as we speak. Harry Douglas, Spencer Hall, Field Yates. I'm Jason Fitz. Dominique Foxworth also with us. We are live in Las Vegas for the 2022 NFL Draft. You can also watch it, of course, on ESPN and the NFL Network. We'll be with you through every pick today in this glorious studio hanging out. So don't go anywhere. Just put your feet up, have a sprite like Harry is.
You can go somewhere. You're just going to regret it.
Well, or take this with you on your phone. Like, I mean, that's the easy thing. Like,
best part. It's weird for the kids. You know, kids watch on phones.
No regrets.
No
My
regrets.
daughter's only 3, but she's already speaking, can also change the channel on TV. She's prodigious. You know what her first words were?
What?
We were on the air. We actually took her on a flight, and at the end of the flight, everybody got up, and she was like, "Dad, why is everybody standing up as if we can all get off the airplane right now when we literally can't go anywhere?" I was like, "You just said that. That was wow.
That is impressive.
That was. I mean, I was caught off guard, but I agree with it. What a great point she made. Right?
Did her voice sound anything similar to yours?
She's slightly higher pitched.
Okay.
Baby
I'm
talk.
not here to judge. I'm just here to just ask the tough questions. Journalistic integrity, I think, is how Field described me yesterday.
By the way, we're still waiting on these picks.
Yeah.
Like, sometimes the pick will be in, and then whoever is announcing it, well, and they deserve this moment, right? But sometimes the moment they're taking is like a moment.
Yeah.
All have your attention, please. In about 45 seconds, I'm going to name who this team is selecting. In the meantime, I am up here right now, and it is wonderful to be in Las Vegas. Have you guys been over to, I don't know, wherever Fitz hangs out?
Be the Jetsons.
Boo!
Wow.
And here we go.
Oh, they're coming out and talking to him now.
He didn't tell him to move.
No, didn't know where. He did not know where.
Wrap it up. Enough of the nonsense, sir.
We need to
like
think
That's like a big like hook pulling you
People
out.
like at the Oscars, like the prompter just says things like.
I'm pretty sure he just said,
Send him back to the
how
nursing
about that
home.
right in? I guess that's why they call it Sin City.
Send him back to the home.
Oh my God. They almost sent the Sandman after Ed Marinaro.
Oh my God. Oh, Andrew Booth Jr. is finally the big corner out of Clemson.
Yes.
Wide receiver 1. Why do you like this guy so much?
Well, I like this guy because he can play zone coverage, he can play press coverage. Not only that, he played in a dynamic system under his defensive coordinator there at Clemson, who's now the head coach at Oklahoma. When you look at this guy, you talk about one-on-one tackling in space. I think he may be one of the best defensive players in tackling in one-on-one space. When you see guys try to block him, whether it's an offensive lineman, whether it's a receiver, whether it's a tight end, he does not get blocked. You talk about attitude and effort, that's something that I am not going to coach as a coach. I'm not going to coach your attitude and your effort. This young man has it. But I also love the people he went against while he was at Clemson. Right? Then he played with other guys that's doing great things in the National Football League right now, A.J. Terrell. I just like him. He's long. I like the way he gets in and out of breaks. This is one of my favorite corners in this draft, Andrew Booth Jr. And surprisingly, he's going in the second round. I thought he would have went in the first.
You got kicked,
but
bro.
Minnesota, who's Patrick Peterson. I think
Hey,
he's
kick
only
my
1 year
dime.
deal. They still have Dantzler.
Hey, kick my
Jackson
dime.
Sue, you have Harrison Smith. So I think this is a good fit for him too.
Yeah, Booth
Finna hop
an
off.
attacking point of catch has been a strength of his.
Nigga, what? No, nigga, no, bro.
Played in obviously high pedigree. Defense, I think the big question on some of these ACC defensive backs.
All right, we're going to give Field a little breather. He gets a little
They
time.
have Marrow?
The Giants are on the clock. Dominique Foxworth going to come in and join us. The Wolfpack is changing a little bit. Field going to get a breather, and we are with you for every single pick. And the Giants on the
You finna hop
clock.
off?
And the pick is already in for the Giants. They wasted no time taking Wendell
Yeah, kick one more
Robinson, the
time.
wide receiver out of Kentucky.
This tells me
Wandale,
that
sorry.
Kadarius Toney
Is out.
should be traded because
Out.
they are the same type of players.
Oh,
Small, shifty, give them screens, hand the ball off to them. So Kadarius Toney not being at OTAs, off-season training right now, is big for the Giants, and his name came up in trades. Not necessarily 100%, but you heard the chatter. this pick confirms to me that they might be getting rid of Kadarius Toney.
Look, if Dominique just sits down, we barely let you get settled in.
I don't know if I'm sitting down or I'm sitting up. Yeah, like Phil was out here fooling y'all. I sit in this chair. We got this thing at the top level.
Oh, that's amazing.
I feel like I'm 6'7" in this thing.
How can you go?
Oh yeah, I know how to fix it. I just wanted to make fun of Phil.
How can you go?
That is fact.
There we go. Now that feels right. Get my legs under
You
this
talking about
thing.
jitterbug. This is about jitterbug
Yeah,
right
so
here.
those are the type of receivers that I hated to cover the most. I swear to you, I'd rather go up against a 6'5", 210-pound guy because you can make a play on that because they can never get away from you. This guy, you can never be close to him, and that's the type of play. And you mentioned Tony. It seems if you're going to get this